Editor sharing. So in the share section of the editor, you can see that we have the share section showing here. We can share with people, with groups, with social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's a bunch more that are off in the scroll here. Then we have sharing via email. So here's the end. Email, SMS, and a link. So, sharing with people. The result of that is the same that as we have with a tag. So when a person is tagged, they get a notification in their messages area that they've been tagged. So if I share this with somebody, it is sending it to their social media. If they were to click on this, they would go directly to that post. So the person that shared this with me, share name, first name, last name, shared the post name, and if I were to click on this, I would go to that post so I could see it. So this right here is should be familiar to you. It is the share with capability, that we have in the Global Actions share. What we're missing here is the fact that in that area we have the share with people, share with groups, and what that is just translated down into this area down here where we got people and groups. I wanted to keep it down here so it's consistent with everything else. So if I want to share with somebody, I need to select the people I want to share with and then hit the share button here. Same thing with groups. I select who I want. It's a multi-select, and then I share. So it's a two-part process when it comes to sharing with people and groups. You can see, that's pretty much it. The navigation to add a person, that takes you to an area that is still to be built yet, but it should be coming very soon when I start working on people. So once you do the share, you get a notification a toast notification where it says the post has been shared. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You select who you want, and then you make the commitment to do that. It gives you a confirmation of that action. Okay, groups and people. That was pretty simple. The sharing with other apps. Now this is pretty cool. This application, React Native Share Package, and it's all outlined here, and then there's an article, it looks like, that shows you how to do it. I have that brought up here. So this is that React Native Share, and it's pretty well documented, and it looks like a lot of people are using it. These are all the different applications that you can share it with, and the different OSs. So we share it with those that we can, and where, like for example with SMS and, well, I guess email is fine. Where we can't, we just don't present that option to the user. Unfortunate, but until we get the ability to do that with maybe it's the API that doesn't provide that capability, but we won't present that to the user in the bottom navigation. So in certain situations, like let's say SMS here with iOS, there is another package called React Native Communications that allows you to open web addresses and call, email, text, or iMessage someone in React Native. So we will use this. It looks fairly, I'm not a coder, but it looks fairly well documented, and I think we could use this to manage the shortcomings of this React Native Share. So going back to share. So when you tap the button down at the bottom to share with Facebook, I'm not exactly sure what happens, whether you are taken directly to Facebook at that point. I did try to do that from an image. So I did an experiment, took an image and tried. I think this was Instagram, and it gave me three options to do the post. So I'm not sure what the process is here, whether this is controlled by me, whether it's controlled by the or I'm sorry, not me, but the R application, or whether it's controlled by the OS that I'm on. So what I did, I didn't bring the picture up here, but it's down below. Where are you? You're right here somewhere. Come on. So it's right here. So share on whatever social network. Share on Facebook, share on Instagram, and the subject matter that you're sharing, and then whether it's a post, story, or message. I'm not sure if we have control, but if we do, this is the way that we should display it. If there's multiple that we can share with. If there's some of them, like I believe Twitter, it's just one. You're just posting to your board. So that is that. I'm going to need a little feedback from the dev. I'm not sure if that's I'm not sure what the process is. So you're going to need to kind of work with me to, if there's anything missing here, you need to let me know. Okay, so each of the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, Viber, or LinkedIn, are a quick way to export the subject matter to a third-party application. To the right, I'm showing the results screens of each of those apps where we've sent the API the content for the subject matter. Note the share results, image, QR, and subject name. So I'm sharing the same thing down here. So that's the image, QR code, and subject name. That is a composite image. It is one image that we need to send to them, but we want this to be a composite image. We want that QR code to be carried forward because this is a deep link. Somebody could scan that and they can deep link back into our application, which is awesome. And this whole thing can carry a attribution link. So this is what it is right down here. So that composite image is this sticker image, and that attribution URL is our deep link back into our content. There's also a background image. So back behind it, you can either have a solid color, you can have a fade from a bottom color to a top color, or, and in the future, we're not going to do this yet, you can have a background video. So very cool what you can do with this. This is for Instagram, this is for Facebook, but this is that background image, this gray piece here. I put it at gray so you can see the different pieces here, and the fact that there is a background circular area around this, because if I were to change this background to, let's say, red, I would want that I want you to be able to see the different pieces of this. And so make sure that this is a composite image that we are creating on the BlueQ server, and we are then sending to that API to display as one static, or it's got to be static, composite image. So I go into that, share results, one composite image, also please. So I looked at Facebook and Instagram. They pretty much have the same exact API. It looks like that accepts. Here I talk about the different colors. We'll start with a black to mid or light black as a fade in the background. In the future, we can give lots of different. There's a lot of different things we could do with that, video and images. But for now, we'll just have that simple background. And all links back, all URIs need to be that deep link. I mean, this is going to be huge for us, having a deep link back into our content, whether that be the site or whether that be the application. And it's the same with that QR code. So Twitter, actually for all these, we'll have a canned message from BlueQ. That's what I'm showing here. It's a canned message that we can have. The user can change this, but we're going to want to kind of say what you should say. Not be too overt, but be helpful in what we're putting in that canned message. That'll be controlled by the admin. I probably have Matt kind of write something up. We'll see. So for those methods that React Native Share package doesn't cover, we'll use the communications that I said earlier. and I got a request down here. I don't know what the exact experience is, but you're going to have to help me with that. There'll be a little communication back and forth. But so this is what I took from, I think, yeah, this is Twitter. This is Instagram when I tried to post to Instagram. And this is what the result was when I sent him this composite image. So I composited these images on my device to send it to him. So this is what it should look like to the user when we're in their application, in that third-party application. The canned message, and this is the sticker image that they give. This is the composite image when I'm sending it in an email, and this is the composite image when it's in an SMS. So and these are the iOS version of that, but I'm not exactly sure whether we should send it directly to the third party, or the third party app, whether that be the SMS like messages on an iPhone or the default email client, or if we should do this where we have a sheet and we kind of control the interface. We have all the subject matter, all the same things you would have in that third party application, but we kind of control the experience a little bit more. I like this a lot better. We have the subject matter that we would have down here, and this would take you to open the contacts of the devices, the contacts on the device. So I can go and get that really quickly. Subject matter, body. I like this better, but if this isn't possible, I guess we can go directly to that third-party application. I'd like to keep them in the application as much as possible. And the other aspect, I don't know what the experience is once they've completed. Let's say they go and they they tweet this out. What's the process of them getting back? So I'm going to need a little help from the developer to understand, okay, what is the next step? Are they in that application and they need to find their way back? Should we use a web view or some other way of keeping them in the application and being able to get them back? So displaying it in a web view, I don't know if they allow that. So it's a lot of discovery and a lot of communication back and forth with the dev to kind of get this experience correct, because we do not want to lose those eyeballs. We do not want to lose those people to that Twitter application, to Instagram. And so once they get done posting, we want them back immediately. So we don't want them to be sent to the Facebook page and then they get caught up in scrolling. So need to work with the dev to kind of understand, well, what is that experience? How do we get back to our application? So this is the example of the sharing via email, sharing via SMS. Very, very similar. The only thing different here is the subject matter in reality and what the medium is that you're sending it to. So these two are very, very similar in functionality, and it's just what the end result is. The last one here is sharing just a link. You can copy that link to your clipboard on the device. So you just click actually anywhere on the screen. Let's make the whole thing one big button. If they tap anywhere, it does the action. It copies it to the clipboard, and that's it basically. So make sure you understand that when I'm in this area, it is bold, it is blue. So every single one, they're filled in, not like this, but like this. They're bolded for each icon. So that tells me where I am in the application. And that's it for tagging, or for sharing.